Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben. We are back for another podcast. We are now past Christmas. Can you believe it? Christmas has been and gone. But now we can look forward to the new year. And I'm certainly looking forward to that. A fresh start, a clean slate, and time to set some New Year's resolutions. I know that we all set them, but we don't always follow them. But we'll see how we get on this year. So yeah, I won't be back to the allotment now, probably until after the new year, as I'm back on night shift tonight, so I'll be back working, and usually when I wake up in the afternoon I can't be bothered to go down to the allotment, and it's not staying like that late at the moment, so by the time I get down there in an afternoon it'll be going dark still, so it's pointless going down when I won't be able to do much, to be honest. And we can look forward to starting from scratch in the new year and getting things kick-started and getting things off on the ball, because I'm so looking forward to next year, I really am. I'm so looking forward to trying all the new different varieties that I want to try, all the new plants I want to purchase this year for the plot, because I'm getting so much into growing flowers. And from the pictures that I've been sharing on Instagram of the plants that I've been purchasing so far, I'm seeing so many good plants on offer at the B&Q as other places that I'm planting on the plot, and they come back year after year. So the more plants that I can buy at a bargain price, the better it will be, because they'll just keep growing back every year and I won't have to replenish them. So as I fill areas up, then it will look fantastic, and eventually, hopefully, I'll get the whole plot done in that way, so that the plants come back year after year and they make it look beautiful. And I'm looking forward to it, because I've planted some heather, which has just started flowering. I've planted some arboriaceae that's just dying back at the moment, as it probably would do in winter, but hopefully next year it will spread and grow and make the plot look fantastic, because arboriaceae is good at doing stuff like that. And then I bought some primulas as well, and primulas are known for spreading as well, so they're going to make the front of my plot look beautiful as well. The more flowers that I can get on the plot, the more the bees will come and enjoy it, because they'll absolutely love just jumping into each other's flowers and spreading that pollen. And the more flowers you've got, when the blossom comes out on your trees, it will help so much, because you will get a better harvest, because there'll be more fruit that's being pollinated, so it will grow better. So yeah, the more you help the bees, the more the bees will help you. So what have we been up to today? Well, today I called at Tesco. I weren't expecting to find any bargains, Christmas bargains, but I did, and I managed to get something what I really wanted for ages. I saw an amaryllis on the plant stand, and it was priced up at £5. It weren't even marked down, to be honest, but I wanted an amaryllis so much, so I purchased it thinking that I'd be paying £5 for it. When I got to the checkout, it scanned through at £2.50, so bargain. And to be honest, I wish I'd gone back and got another colour now, but if I go to the Tesco tomorrow and they've still got some, I'll certainly be buying another one of a different colour as well, because they're so fantastic to grow amaryllises. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that blooming and growing in colour, because they grow so fast and so tall as well. They're a fantastic addition to add to any house. Usually, obviously, people have got them up and they're flowering by now, so hopefully this will wake up and it will start growing and blooming. It goes back to all the bulbs what I've been planting on my plot as well. I've planted so many bulbs this year. It's unbelievable how many bulbs I've actually planted on my plot. this must be the year that I've planted the most out of all the years on the allotment. And there's still some areas that need bulbs putting in. I've lost track of some areas that I've not put them in, so next year I will be marking down where I need to put the bulbs next year to fill all the gaps and add more colour to the plot, because I want to get all my borders completely full of bulbs. And obviously bulbs come back every single year, hopefully, fingers crossed if the squirrels don't eat them, but they tend to come back every single year. So if you plant them deep enough, which I tend to do, and then I put a layer of old compost on top to fill it up a lot, to make them even deeper, so then you can still plant on top. And yeah, in springtime it's going to look absolutely beautiful. This, like I said, I've still got some areas left to do. Hopefully next year I'll do the other areas, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, it will look absolutely fantastic come a couple of years time, because there's just going to be spring bulbs all over my plot and it's going to look stunning. And I just can't wait to be sharing those photos with you all and telling you how well they look, because I do share lots of photos on Instagram, not just of myself, which I have been doing, but I do share lots of photos of what comes out and how it's looking, so stay tuned for them as well. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow and you'll be able to see everything that I get up to down on the allotment. And I've also started sharing a lot more videos as well, so if you've not followed me on YouTube, find me on YouTube, Gardening with Ben, and you will be able to see all the videos I'm posting, because I'm trying to do more and more content. I know I keep saying that I want to do it, but it's so hard getting time to do it, but I have got time if I make time to get these videos up. So please do give me a follow on YouTube and check out my videos, what I've been sharing. And also today I've obviously shared a video on Instagram of what I've purchased today, and I have purchased my monthly magazines. Every month I purchase the Grow Your Own magazine and the Kitchen Garden magazine. I spend about £11 on that. But the only reasons why I purchased the magazines, not for all the fantastic tips in the magazines, obviously I purchased them for them, but for all the seeds what come with it. Sometimes one of the magazines doesn't put seeds in it, they put like books in it and stuff like that, but most of the time there are 10 free packets of seeds in each magazine. Obviously they're not free because you paid for the magazine and it's probably paid for the seeds, but you get 10 free packets every month. So if you think about that, if you've got like 20 packets a month in and over 12 months, blimey, I'm no good at maths, but you'll certainly have a lot of packets of seeds, and I've certainly built up them. I really do need to go through all my seed packets. I just chuck them into a bag when they come free in the magazine. But yeah, we've certainly got some free seeds this month. Let's tell you what free seeds we've got in our magazines. So some of the magazines tend to chuck in the seeds what are relevant for the time of year. This magazine is for February, so some of the seeds that we've got in this magazine are suitable for planting around then. So we have got some tomatoes, we have got some radish, we've got some wild rocket, we've got some broccoli, we've got some onion seeds, and obviously now is the time to be getting ready for sowing your onion seeds in January. So watch out for that. I'll be sharing tips on how to grow onions from seed. We've got parsnips. Again, parsnips will be planting around February time, so it's perfect for the right time of year. We've got some hot peppers. Peppers aren't something really that I like, but I do like to give things a try at growing them, so I am going to give them a try at growing them this year. I didn't have much time for growing stuff in my greenhouse last year, but hopefully now that I'm working shifts again, I'll be able to have more time for growing stuff in my greenhouse and getting down to be able to water it as well, because that's the main thing. Obviously if you're growing stuff in a greenhouse, you need to get down on a daily basis and water them. And we've also got some leeks as well, and again they're ready to be sown in January. So a lot of times when stuff comes in these magazines, it's around the time when you actually need to be sowing them as well. So I've missed 2 packets. We've got 2 more packets with Grow Your magazine, and these are basil and parsley as well. I do want to grow more herbs on the plot, not just to eat, but they're also good for the bees as well, because if you leave them to go to flower, the bees do love herbs, and obviously they do taste nice as well. You can just go around sometimes with some of the herbs and pinch a bit off and have a nibble while you're down on the plot. But the other day I was watching a video on how to make your own pizza oven. That was shared by Jack's Patch on Instagram, on TikTok a bit back. So I was watching that, and also I'm going to possibly make my own pizza oven down on the allotment, and then I can have a nibble on some food while I'm down there. That will be absolutely amazing, so I'm looking forward to trying that. So what have we got in the Kitchen Garden magazine? Obviously some of these seeds are duplicates with the other packets, but there's sometimes a different variety, which is good. They don't always do the same seeds as the other one. So we've got some more radishes. These are Cherry Bell, which are nice small little radishes by the looks of it. They will be sown in March through to September, so they can be sown throughout the years. You can just sow them at gradual times so that you're getting a harvest all year round. Again, we've got some more onions. These are Rienburger. I've never heard of that variety before, but this one says to sow in February, so possibly we may give them a try. An excellent Dutch variety producing large globular bulbs with golden skins and solid white flesh. Stores very well. Kings say high in vitamin C, calcium and iron. So I think I might give them a try, as well as the normal varieties of onion seeds. I do like trying different varieties, and that's the best thing about getting seeds from a magazine, is that sometimes the varieties that you wouldn't always go for picking in the garden centres. And that is how you come to try new stuff sometimes. Like I said, that's how I tried the purple cauliflowers, because I got the seeds free in a magazine. So I gave them a try, because what's point in just storing them if you're not going to use them? So I gave them a try, and they were fantastic cauliflowers, not cabbages. Fantastic cauliflowers. So why not give anything a try, what you get for free? And you never know, there may be fantastic varieties. So we've got some beetroot, and that's from March to July. So I can't pronounce that name, what's come on these ones, so I won't be saying them ones. We've got some cabbages, Golden Acre, gardener's favourite for years. They're from February to May. Again, we've got some more parsnips. I'm going to try some parsnips this year. They take ages to grow, because you're not meant to harvest them till after the first frost, because that's when it adds the flavour into the parsnip. So I may try some parsnips this year, because they are delicious, and obviously a lot of people have them on Christmas Day as well. They harvest them for Christmas Day for the Christmas meal, so I may give them a try. We've got some spring onions, and obviously you can start sowing those in February. We've got some purple kale. Now I've tried purple kale before, and it grew as well, really fantastic. So I'm going to actually try and grow some more purple kale, I think, this year. It did really well last year, so we're going to try that again. We've got some more basil. I do get a lot of herb seeds. I've got absolutely loads of herb seeds, so I do really need to start trying to grow them. We've got carrots. These are early nants, and I'm going to try new methods of growing carrots this year. I'm not going to grow them in the soil. I'm going to grow them in tubes and in pots and stuff like that. So stay tuned for how we get on with them, because again, I'll be sharing lots and lots of tips and advice on how I've done with them, because I see loads of people on YouTube growing carrots in tubs and containers, and they do absolutely brilliantly. And then we've got some nasturtiums. Now, I've never grown nasturtiums before, so I'm going to give those a definite try. Again, we sow these in April and June, which is quite late, to be honest, for it saying that it flowers between June and September. It says on the packet that they're brilliant for bees, so that's another good thing. and apparently you can eat them as well. I think they're rather peppery, if I understand. So yeah, we might try and grow some nasturtiums, because I do believe they fill up quite a nice area as well. They're obviously only grown once a year, so you have to grow them again each year. But hopefully, if we do well with them, we will continue to grow them each year. Again, I do love trying new things. I tried growing geraniums from seed a couple of years ago, and thinking that it would be really hard to grow geraniums because they look very delicate plants, they'd look hard to grow and look difficult, but they're actually really easy to grow. Geraniums. They're really easy to grow, and I've grown them for the last few years, but the previous year I just left them in the ground and they died off over winter. But this year I've dug them up and I've moved them into my shed, and they have still kept flowering. At the moment I'm only giving them a bit of water probably once a week, and they're still keeping alive, so I'm hoping that I can keep them alive for next year. I will be growing some more from seed again, because I do like geraniums, and you don't get many geranium seeds in a packet, so I do want to grow some more geraniums, and hopefully we can fill some more areas with geraniums. And again, if we keep digging them up each year, we can keep adding to the collection and keep filling it up, because geraniums, like anything, obviously grow back each year, so we can fill those gaps and keep them growing and hopefully get some fantastic colour down on our plot. So I'm looking forward to starting sowing the seeds, and come beginning of January I'm going to be cracking on and getting started. The first thing first will be sowing my onion seeds. We'll be sowing all them ones, getting them started. I'll be putting them in my greenhouse. It don't get that cold in the greenhouse. It gets quite cold, but not very cold. But we're going to start them off. And I noticed that my onions did grow well from seed last year. I did a comparison of growing them from seed or growing them from bulbs, but they did grow well last year, and I think I started them quite late. So if we start them off at the beginning of January, we will get growing really fast. And I think it's like a gardener's tale that quite a lot of people start them on Boxing Day, to be honest. So we need to get cracking and get them sown, as well as the leeks. And also I'm going to be picking up my potatoes hopefully soon and starting them chitting ready for putting in the ground in April, as I tend to put them in the ground on Good Friday. And obviously Good Friday moves, but apparently it's to do with the moon to when to plant them in the ground. So I've always stuck to that every single time. But yeah, we've talked for quite a while in this episode. It's been quite a long episode. So we'll sign out. We'll say thank you very much for not watching or listening. Thank you for listening. Until next time, remember to keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.